All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 22, the finale to our Dark Souls Remastered playthrough. It has been quite the journey. We got our asses handed to us a number of times last episode, but we will not let that stop us on our goal to becoming the Dark Lord. So, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Now we descend. I'm not even sure what this little white area represents. Some kind of metaphysical shift, I guess. Black Knights, or these Silver Knights. Black, those are horns, not feathers. I haven't entirely been sure what those ghostly Black Knights are meant to represent, other than perhaps just the loyal Silver Knights that accompanied Gwen here. Also, if you've ever read any of the Black Knight armor descriptions, what I think we'll get in this episode, they are kind of described as wraiths, or wraith-like creatures, so and it makes sense when you think about it. Because what is a Black Knight when you stop to think about it? They are the Silver Knights that accompany Gwen down here. And for those of you who don't know, Gwen did use his soul to kindle the fire. So the results would be that the Black Knights, the Silver Knights that accompanied him would be expectedly charred. Oh, not what I was trying to do at all, actually. Oh, that's fine. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to put my shield up. Oh, well. A little bit of damage never hurt anybody. Also, we don't need the silver pendant anymore. So I really don't feel like fighting that Black Knight. Out there. Hey, come back. Too early? That's fine. Here we go. And I'm pretty sure the Black Knight armor is over there. Here it is. That at the end. Thinking about it, the item reader is gonna have to be at a pretty awkward location, just because of how the game ends. There's Sunbro Solaire, who we'll be bringing with us, even though he is entirely unnecessary, if I'm being honest. This is another boss where you can see the boss before you get in there. There he is. Yeah. Similar to Calamite, using fire on the Black Knights is basically pointless. Like a legitimate waste of time. Except this does a little bit of physical damage as well, so. And we got all the Black Knight weapons, I want to say. That's mostly due to my 10 humanity. So. Yeah, going in with 7 Estus. Less than ideal, but more than enough, honestly. Also, fire damage against Gwen is also basically pointless. Lord of Sunlight and all that. Well, Soler, in the end, it's just me and you. We may fight for different reasons, but we'll be together in the end. I'm afraid our paths diverged long ago, but I'm glad that we could come together this final time. We go. Alright, Gwen. We barely got to hear the plin plin plon. I do not know that this was climactic enough for a finale, but here we are. This is it. Now we make our choice. Do we surrender ourselves to a system intent on destroying our kind and perpetuating an age that is not our own? Or do we make another choice? Before we find out the answer to that question, let's do the item read. I told you it was going to be in an awkward spot. So, oh gosh, look at the similarity yet difference between Gwen and Manus' souls. Anyway, Soul of Gwen, Lord of Cinder. Soul of the Gwen. Soul of the Gwen, Lord of Sunlight and Cinder, who linked the first flame. Lord Gwen bequeathed most of his power to the gods and burned as cinder for the first flame. But even so, Lord Gwen's soul is a powerful thing indeed. Yeah, so we already had, so if we get a duplicate of the Black Knight weapons, then that means I already had it, so I'm not going to reread it. Black Knight Greatsword. Greatsword of the Black Knights who wander Lordran, used to face chaos demons. The large motion that puts the weight of the body into the attack reflects the great size of their adversaries long ago. Knight Great Axe. Great axe of the Black Knights who wander Lordran used to face chaos demons. The large motion. Okay, never mind. It's the same. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. Let's see. Is the halberd gonna have a different description? No. Oh, that's sad. I was expecting a bit more from them. But we did get the Black Knight armor, so let's go find that. I wonder if it's close to the Silver Knight armor. What if they're right next to each other? That would be cool. Yeah. Nice. The Black Knights who haunt Lordran. The knights follow Lord Gwyn when he departed to link the fire, but they were burned to ashes in the newly kindled flame, wandering the world as disembodied spirits ever after. Interestingly, the gauntlets changed the word to pursued. um, which has an entirely different implication, like maybe he was trying to leave them behind, but there you have it. This is a very short episode, and I'll see you in the next game. I've made my decision. I made it long ago. I knew the gods cannot be trusted, and I will not perpetuate the system that they have made to continue using my undead brethren as kindling for their flames.
We are here to serve your highness. Let true God be cast upon the world. Our world returns.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna let the credits roll, but what can I even say about Dark Souls? It's such a... I'm just gonna use this moment as my final thoughts section instead of making it its own video. I mean, honestly, it was quite the journey. Experiencing the game from the lens of actually trying to figure out what's going on in the lore as I progress by reading the item descriptions, which also played a major help in figuring out where to go, especially if I didn't know where to go to begin with. I don't think a perfect game exists. And this game certainly isn't one of them, but it is really close and it's trying. Dark Souls 1 is probably unironically the game that really broadened my gaming interest when I was younger. Because at first I was just sticking to like first person shooters, and that was really kind of it, like your Call of Duties and your Halos. A little bit of Gears of War, which isn't a first-person shooter, but you know what I mean. And then I got my hands on Dark Souls somehow, some way. I don't even remember how I got it. But yeah, and it's funny because it wasn't even Dark Souls, the original. It was Dark Souls 2. I played it when the Xbox One first came out back in 2013, I want to say. Which means, of course, that I was about 13 years old. And yeah, there was something about it. And then when they announced Dark Souls 3 was coming out, I figured that I need to go ahead and play Dark Souls 1 as well. And man, this game kicked my butt. It is much more difficult in my opinion than Dark Souls 2 was. For me. But I don't know. This game does hold a special place in my heart, though, and hope you enjoyed experiencing it again with me here in 2025 as we close out the year. Actually, by the time you guys see this, it will not be 2025 anymore. But yeah, I mean, I really don't know what else I can say about this game. I don't think I can sing its praises enough. It has its moments, it has its flaws, but the bright spots definitely outshine the dark spots. Um, yeah, I mean, that's really all I've got to say about it. So now we can just watch the credits go. I like to let the credits go. Dark Souls credits can be rather long though, but we'll let them go ahead and scroll. But I guess if you're still here, then of course, as I've mentioned several times throughout this playthrough, the very next game that we're gonna go to is Portal, the original. Why Portal? Because Portal is short, and I need something short after this. um, Also, it's just a really fun game. GLaDOS is one of my favorite villains in fiction. She's just so sassy. Always in control for the most part. And just, she's such an asshole sometimes. But her voice actor is such a nice lady. But it looks like we've exhausted the credits, so I will see you in the next playthrough. I hope you had a good time with me here. And until we meet again, peace